Hi guys,
Hello people,
I'm Milena,
I'm Lola.
and we're watching our favorite show,
Why are we smiling?
to hide the tears.
We're about it at the funeral.
Oh my god. I am scared, excited,
Nervous.
yeah, many emotions at the same time, especially because last episode ended on a cliffhanger where she's coming into his cell.
I feel sick.
Like, yes, he's gonna die. I expect him to die at the end of this episode, honestly.
I feel like 10.
You feel like
I'm prepared for this one. I
I
need another hour.
The thing is, that's what I think, because I think he is gonna die until the end of this one, and we're gonna see the reactions in the last one.
Potentially.
Because I don't think the war or anything starts in the season. I think that's all for the next one, you know?
I don't think we have time.
No, the 2 episodes, but
I mean, there's gonna be a battle because Hornigold is coming with the ship.
Okay, but that's in this episode, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think then he dies, and we see the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
In the 10. That's why I expect this episode.
In this episode, Woods Rogers needs to, for
true,
whatever reason, come to think that it is more beneficial for him to kill.
I mean, when he finds out, in my opinion, when he finds out that Hornigold lost and that he does not have the gold.
Yeah.
So at least he has to have people on his side, because Billy's
gonna
spread the message.
Someone's responsible, yeah.
Billy's gonna spread the message.
Yeah. Hope
they
Billy
need to be scared of him, but he at the same time, if we have the gold, he needs to get the gold. So he's coming to fight us. That's season 4 or last episode.
He's on a timeline. Spain is gonna.
That's what I want to say. He needs to come. Would it benefit if he didn't have problems here, in Nassau?
I feel like he's maybe gonna think now he needs to take a harder stance to let Spain know that we are on your side. We're gonna punish them and everything because Spain is gonna
But I still think
England has to remain friendly with Spain.
Yeah, but I still think that he is gonna want to try to get the gold back.
I mean, I don't know if he has time. If Hornigold loses and we'll just leave.
But that's what we count on. That's what Flynn counts on. That's why we're preparing the battle on the island. You know.
Yeah. They're gonna follow you.
And so
when is that supposed to be happening? That's true.
Season 4.
We have to go with the gold and make them come to us.
That's what that's how I expect last episode, let's say, to end.
Yeah.
The preparation for season 4, you know?
Yeah, I guess. And then Spain comes somewhere in season 4.
I don't know.
Does Spain come at all?
I don't know
if Spain does not come, then we lost.
But if we win against, I don't even need to remember his name. I don't like him.
Woods
Rogers. If we win against him, meaning he dies, let's say.
Yeah.
But we give the gold back to keep Spain from attacking. We are on neutral, meaning we are on season 1. Nothing has changed. We didn't win anything.
If we kill Woods Rogers, would England not send more people to try to defeat us?
I don't know, because England is scared of us, of pirates.
Yeah, but they cannot let such a place exist, because it's
such a place.
Someone that has defeated them.
Yeah.
They would not let that stand.
Maybe we go back to he runs away with Eleanor.
Why would they not kill Eleanor then?
That's what I think. I think oh my god, I don't mean he runs away to live happily. Yeah. I meant in England to make point of Eleanor. But why Eleanor?
I don't know.
He wouldn't do that to Eleanor. Unless she betrayed him.
She's not gonna betray him at all.
Who else?
I have no clue.
Who else?
No, I have no clue how this ends. I have 0 clue.
I think we said every option, honestly.
No, I don't know. I know it's not to be very good. But
first scene I'm excited about. Last scene that I expect to happen this episode I'm scared of.
My palms are sweating. Yeah. I feel so uneasy about this episode. I don't want to speak about it. Let's watch. Huh.
let's watch.
Let's play it. Let's
play it,
prepare
yeah.
for it. I don't think he dies in this one.
Really?
I think it's the next one just because, like, I feel like by the end of this one, Woods Rogers needs to decide that it's more in his benefit.
Wouldn't it be an good...
He can die in the middle of the episode, and then you see...
I know, but, like, wouldn't it be a good episode, in my opinion, if he, in the last 5 minutes, basically decided he stopped the option and we just see him taking pain and just... Oh, God.
Would that be good?
I mean, I think we would die.
Shocking.
That's the thing, because, like, I don't know what type of way they're gonna do Vane's death. But, like, at the same time, I think the aftermath is gonna happen, you know? It's just that I don't know if they're gonna make a scene be emotional or make a scene be all of a sudden.
I know.
I'm not sure, because at the same time, I still think it's gonna be aftermath.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think it needs to be one or the other. I think with both it can be very good.
Let's watch.
Let's play the episode.
Eleanor and Vane scene is gonna die right now. This is about to be so fucking... I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't know. I mean, I think she's about to hit him. I literally think she's about to start hitting.
I'm not sure if it's hitting or if it's gonna be with words.
I feel like it's gonna be both. Like, I feel like she's physically gonna...
Yeah.
Like, that is... She called him a thing.
Literally.
You know? Like...
Literally.
What?
Can't be worse than that.
Trust you now. I love you now. So I will tell you the absolute truth about how I'm going to react when faced with the thing sitting in that cell and your fault.
The thing.
She told him that she loved him.
I know.
But like that, again, to me, didn't sound...
Like when you're in a desert.
I know.
And there is no fucking water and you see a well. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but like, even that I love you didn't sound to me how I love you should sound. I don't know how.
Well, because like it's not I'm not gonna like diminish like love, but it's in a situation where she is in, where she has no one, and the only person that she feels like she has is him.
Yeah.
Like that I love you is because of the environment that she is in, you know? She said she does not know what she's gonna do, and now we ended up in a cell with her and Vane.
Like the first thing has to be that, right?
No, I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know either.
I don't know if I want it to be the first
I
scene.
expected it. And now I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, prepare us a bit.
It's easier, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just horny gold.
It's just the most annoying guy. He's gonna die in this episode.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like he's a cockroach somehow.
You're very pessimistic.
I am. My favorite. I mean, third. But like close. Also my favorite.
I mean, sixth.
Yeah, but like that says a lot.
I'm joking.
Here's my favorite.
I kind of miss him. When the story was just about him.
He's 2 miles to start, give or take. I noticed that you've logged in. Do you mind me asking who has the key? Neptune. Threw it over the side a few hours ago.
Oh, fuck.
If you're concerned about the men stealing from it, I am concerned about the men stealing from it.
Charles Vane's sacrifice is in that box.
I was thinking that.
If your man is unsuccessful and seen to his rescue, Charles Vane's death, it's inside that box. Along with my good name. Along with her lost love. Along with your late quartermaster's life. All the awful sacrifices made to assemble that box, now part of its contents, and those things are sacred things that I trust in no man's hands.
The way they write the show, ridiculous.
And I walk away with it.
Is the for
I,
father?
Charles Vane,
Yeah.
do hereby plead guilty to the charges of treason and high seas piracy. I understand that the sentence for my crimes is to be hanged by the neck until dead, but that my execution be carried out privately and mercifully.
No. You're gonna fucking hang me in the streets.
We'll see to it that it is heard favourably. And your experience in London will be short and dignified. Refuse to sign it, and your experience will be anything but.
You came all the way down here to ask me to beg for mercy. What a fantasy this must have been for you. Well, even if I did sign that, we both know how empty the victory would be. Seeing as you don't give a shit about my piracy or my treason. The only crime of mine that angers you is the one that no one else cared enough about to even call a crime.
What the fuck?
Am I wrong?
What
Is
the
the murder of Richard Guthrie mentioned anywhere on that page?
You fucking coward. When Charles Vane takes something from a man, he looks him in the eye and gives him a chance to deny him. It's all bullshit. You stole my father from me in the dead of night like a rank fucking cutpurse, and you did it because you weren't man enough to face me. To show yourself. So you found the lowest, cruelest, weakest deed imaginable and acted it out upon an innocent man with whom you had no quarrel. Knowing that I had finally begun to build something with him, that I was finally able to see the good in him.
He was a shit. He was a cowardly, selfish, treacherous shit who cared only for himself and for you not at all. You know this. All your life, you knew this. And suddenly he walks back through your door. Tells you he can give you all of the things you want. Tells you I'm your enemy, and just like that, his love is sacred and mine is an inconvenient obstacle to your ambition. The life cycle of your affections. A man you love, who speaks the truth, shunted aside in favor of the next who will tell you whatever you want to hear.
Goodbye, Charles.
He betrayed you, Eleanor. When my men brought him to me first, he begged for mercy. But when he realized neither had any effect, he promised to deliver you to me. Promised to exchange your life for his. That is who your father was, Eleanor. And you know it's true.
What the fuck is this?
You're not a man. You're deformed, unformed. And missing all that which takes shape through a mother's love. I can't comprehend what you took from me, or why it was good. Because there is no goodness in you. There is no humanity in you. No capacity for compromise. No instinct toward repair. No progress. No forgiveness. You are an animal.
Oh, girl.
Nessa was moving on from you, and so am I. Open up!
Can you believe it?
The way that he looks at her still.
Can you believe it?
I feel sick. I want to pause. I feel sick.
What is this?
He insisted upon seeing his senior counselors.
I see that. Why is he doing it in his bedroom?
Because I confined him to his bed.
He's sick.
Find him. He was fine a few hours ago.
Oh my god, we keep forgetting about the
But
sickness.
if his fever is worsening,
This is the fucking gods working in our favor.
That we shift preparations from retrieving the stolen Urga treasure
I
to
can't
preparing for a
concentrate.
Spanish move against the island.
That's again another of their scenes that it's one of the best scenes in the show,
When he
literally.
returns, until I'm able to recover my health, I'll ask that all information you need to relay to me be done through Miss Guthrie here.
Pardon, my lord.
On this issue, I need no counsel, Mr. Soames. Thank you. Thank you all.
If he dies, they're gonna kill her.
That's fine, 100%.
They are.
That's 100%. But she was talking about sending Charles there. in England
Yeah.
to be hanged. So how is
If he signs it.
Yeah, if he signs it,
I
okay.
think so.
Okay. I thought if he signs, it's gonna be done. They're sending him either way, but like it's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
done privately if he signs.
I mean,
it.
I don't know if they're sending him either way. Maybe.
That's how I understood.
It's just like
it.
if he doesn't sign, it's gonna be worse. Like
Verse,
more
yeah,
painful.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a trial,
Yeah.
just like with Miranda.
Yeah,
That's how I
they're
understood.
gonna make public.
Yeah, but like I understood he's sending him, so that's why I'm wondering how it's gonna be done here then.
Always a possibility.
My boys, have you ever had your minds?
Carrying out the order, so I have to hope he sees some credibility in it.
That or he doesn't know how to say no to both of us at the same time.
I feel like that is the most
You
reasonable
still
one.
see some credibility in the idea, don't you? Are you fucking kidding me? When I offered this suggestion, I told you it was just a suggestion. You said it would work.
Well, it's a certainty if we anchor and try and ferry ourselves and all our cargo ashore.
We don't know what the plan is, so I feel good about it.
For one of those guns. In the absence of any
I feel good about it
suggestions,
anyway,
we'll
so.
try.
He was like, we already had nothing to go with, so like 1% is better than 0%. Oh, this is too much pressure to put on someone.
Hard to port, Mr. Williamson.
I love how he talks. I cannot.
It's difficult to me to ever imagine their plans not working with such conviction in his voice, even though he himself doesn't think
I mean, he
things
does
are gonna
what
work.
he knows the best. So like, is it gonna work? He does not know, but like, somehow it always does.
But like the way that he's speaking so casually,
So calm.
just like yeah, we're not about to potentially die.
He's so confident. Look at him. I cannot.
Open the gun ports!
God, he's so boring.
Engage.
Jesus.
The smartest thing for you to do is run away. My boys. Who are we here with? What is this? The traitors that now they know exist. If something happens to them, we're gonna be so mad.
No way.
Look at him with cravat.
Literally.
But when the world promises undesirable outcomes, only a fool believes he can alter the latter without first addressing the state of the former. Now, we are living in a world where Nassau has embraced English rule, and where the last man to stand up and defy England is about to be shipped back there to be hanged. And exactly no one seems to give a shit about it. The first order of business, for which I will need your help, is rescuing Captain Vane.
Rescue? There are 100 redcoats between him and the front door of the fort. There isn't any time to find him.
Of course there isn't. So we need to make sure they don't ship him out. Not tomorrow, not ever. We force them to try him here. Buy ourselves days, maybe weeks, while they figure out a process and we find a plan to set him free.
How?
By making sure people give a shit about it.
I love the storyline with Billy like coming full circle, doing what his parents did. I love that. Oh, I'm gonna protect this place with my
I'm
life.
gonna live my life.
What a woman you have raised. Let me just tell you. I mean, it's no shocking.
You told me that man was taken to task by her bodyguard. Was that the case?
The dogs assaulted him. He believed him responsible for choosing the men to be interrogated by them. I didn't mention it to you because I don't know, I just didn't. It's been sorted.
Sorted how?
I gave him some inner
I had
bleeding.
3 men hold him down while Dilly and Wayne administered a beating. A message was received on quite certain.
He's like, what the fuck are you?
He's like, what the fuck is happening?
Sorted.
What do you mean that he's dying?
I don't know.
What do we mean that Mr. Scott is dying?
I mean, that is a possibility. When you think
It
about
is, it is, but like...
Because he has done his job.
I was there. In Nassau. And she's there. Eleanor is there. At the right hand of the Governor. She is one of them now. But to you, this war is a civil war. Between two cities you held together for so long with unseen bonds. You will have people on both sides of it. You will have daughters on both sides of it. And I want you to know.
You have information about the identity of the spy within our midst. It's Adele.
My girl.
She's the one that learned the secret route for the governor's caravan.
My girl. We need
The
to...
one that made possible Captain Rackham's escape.
You told anyone of this?
No.
And don't.
If you took this information to her, it would likely garner you credit with her at my expense. I am asking why you did not do it.
Eleanor Guthrie used that chair not just to vanquish her enemies, but to create new ones. Because some people can only understand themselves through the eyes of those who hate them. They thrive only on sowing the seeds of their own eventual destruction. Miss Guthrie has new clothes now. Miss Guthrie has new friends now. But to my eye, she looks the same. Will you tell her? Miss Guthrie, will you inform her of our suspicions about the source of the link?
What's he saying?
The governor wants them to believe that Charles Vane is the cause of all their ill. It's a lot easier to watch a man swing if you're comfortable hating him just a little bit. His task is to start reminding everyone there's someone else out there that they're far more comfortable hating.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna quit the show right now. I can't watch it.
What is it?
Me neither, honestly. I can't fucking watch it.
When I sent for you, there were approximately 20 of them. In 10 minutes, it has grown twofold. What does he say?
Isn't this how fucking season 1 episode 1 was
No,
starting?
The law and order promised by the new regime is little more than a veneer, behind which Eleanor Guthrie has returned to settle old scores and restore the tyranny over Nassau once again.
We'll take this to the governor.
Should be careful. I understand the governor has tasked you with being his eyes and ears where he convalesces. In this particular instance, he would be wise to make sure whatever happens to Captain Vane, those men have no reason to believe it happened because of you.
Whatever happens will be the governor's decision.
The governor's not even fucking awake.
The closer you let me get to you, the more dangerous I would be.
I've never given a damn what people think of me. But I give a damn what you think. I hope that when you wake, you will understand why I did what I did. You will see that it was all I could think to do to protect you. The only way I know how.
I need to stop this.
No,
I feel
what is
normal.
happening?
I feel... What are we all looking at?
Any news? They say it shouldn't be long now before Mr. Scott leaves us.
No!
We need to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have something to add, you should just fucking say it.
That's not why you did it.
Really? Would you like to tell me why I did it then?
Well, I wasn't there. But, I'd hazard the guess that you learned of what had happened. Told him how fucking stupid he was. And in that moment, he gave you a look that amounted to something less than contrite. And in that moment, you felt it.
Felt what?
Darkness. Showing indifference to the authority that you sacrificed so much to acquire. Disdain. for refusing to acknowledge that his actions, had you not intervened, would have led to an outcome that he would have held you responsible for reversing. Pride. Questioning what kind of man you are, if you don't seek retribution for the offense.
What is the show?
What are you saying?
Right?
What is this?
You're saying I went too far with it.
Maybe you went too far. Maybe you didn't go far enough. Maybe you did it just right. The point is that while you were doing it, you heard a voice telling you that disciplining him would prevent him from repeating the offense. A voice that sounded like reason, and there was reason to it, as the most compelling lies are comprised almost entirely of truth. That's what it does. Cloaks itself in whatever it must to move you to action. And the more you deny its presence, the more powerful it gets. And the more likely it is to consume you entirely without you ever even knowing it was there. If you and I are to lead this man together, you must learn to know its presence well, so that you may use it, rather than it use you.
I can't tell if this was a warning. Or a welcome.
Is this
No, we need to take a second. Like, who fucking writes the show? What the fuck
Literally,
is
who the
this?
fuck
What the
writes
fuck
this
is
show?
this? The king is dead.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Makes sense.
It's very sad.
Especially because it's changing. A lot is changing, you know.
I need to make an offering at his burial.
It makes me sad for her.
Literally, me too.
Something of mine that he can take with him.
I don't know what to say.
I adore her.
That's so sad for her.
Me too. But like, I adore that she is the way that she is, that she can like cry about it. That she can just like seek comfort in someone. That she's not just like playing it
I didn't
tough.
get wet until it was done.
I love
Like
that.
anything. What happened?
Yeah, it's
The
happening.
crew of
now.
the Shark is standing down. The governor has scrapped his plans to move Captain Vane off the island and then scheduled an accelerated trial for the captain here in Nassau.
Shit. When have they scheduled it to begin?
In the middle of the night. Last night. It's already happened.
You said there was no judge appointed here. It was supposed to take days before they could start the process.
They appointed a judge, they impaneled the jury. It was over before anyone knew it began.
Where's Vane now?
Still in the fall. But when I left the street, they were carrying the timber to assemble a gallows in the square. They mean to hang him today.
She's doing that. Can you believe that? Can you
Of
believe
course
this?
I can believe
This is even a better story than I expected it to be.
What is this happening?
I
What
don't
is
know.
happening?
I don't know.
I am losing my
I
mind.
cannot believe what is happening.
No,
She's gonna die because of this.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
gonna
She
die
is,
because
she
of
is,
this.
she is,
100%. That's
When the governor arrived and the island
everything that they always
Eleanor
thought it
and
should
Vane
happen.
kill each other.
Literally, I did everything that they all thought would
authority
happen.
was
It
ceded
should
in
happen.
exchange for which the law returned. But this outcome would seem most unpredictable.
This is the
law
most
was
predictable
hit.
outcome.
If
The law
bond
was a hit.
changes, there is no telling what else would change as a result. What trust may be lost, and what chaos may abound.
She cannot stop herself. There's
I am
nothing.
your friend, and I will help you weather whatever challenges may lie down, whatever road you may choose. But as your friend, I am simply asking you to consider how treacherous this road may be, while there is still time to avoid it.
No one is taking this decision lightly, I assure you. This is no attempt to circumvent the law. Indeed, the governor felt that it was necessary in order to protect it.
What are you talking about, girl?
No, she is like she
What
cannot.
are
She
you
cannot save
talking
herself.
about?
She cannot save herself.
But an earnest one.
Earnest one. They're literally both gonna die because of each other. The priest.
I assume you understand what is to happen. as soon as everything begins. It'll be loud, confusing. Men who have never experienced fear are said to know it for the first time. But in this moment there is quiet. An opportunity to find some measure of peace. It is a different experience, what you may imagine it being. Surely a man like you has faced death before, but not so nakedly. Uncloaked in glory or sacrifice. Fully exposed in all its horror and finality. In this moment, you have the opportunity to enter into that moment with a clear conscience.
Fuck you.
I can help you do that. To repent.
I have nothing to repent for with you.
Don't you? I understand the code you subscribe to. I understand you believe your violence is justified in the name of a defiance of tyranny. But there are mothers who buried their sons because of you. Wives widowed because of you. Children woken in their sleep to be told their father was never coming home because of you. What kind of a man can experience no remorse from this?
Whatever remorse I have or do not have is my own. That I choose not to share it with you. Says more about you than it does about me.
Me? I am a shepherd, sent to help you find a path to God's forgiveness.
A shepherd. You are the sheep. And whatever I have to say to God, I'll tell him myself. Not at all.
Today marks the silencing of the most disruptive of those voices, and a step towards the return of civilization in Nassau. But we must always remember, however strong the need for the removal of these traitors, these relics of a more savage age, there is no relish in this moment, but there is righteousness.
What's happening? That's not the news. I know, just... Wait.
And that God's will be done again in Nassau. Does the condemned have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
These men who brought me here today do not fear me. They brought me here today because they fear you. Because they know that my voice, the voice that refuses to be enslaved, once lived in you, and may yet still. They brought me here today to show you death, and use it to frighten you into ignoring that voice. But know this. We are many. They are few. To fear death is a choice. And they can't hang us all. Get on with it, motherfucker. Billy. It's all right.
Oh god.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you.
Why? It was the only way to start it. He knew it was the only way.
Starch what?
Look at them. Resistance to Nassau is now underway.
Another sacrifice for the cause. That chest of ours only gets heavier. How many do you imagine? Soldiers in the English force, how many do you imagine will face?
500, more or less.
You can take that on. You're worth 1,000 at least.
I also understand you intend to place your Mr. de Groot in command of her.
He'll manage.
Yes, but he wasn't your first choice. It was supposed to be Charles, wasn't it?
Are you suggesting a better replacement?
Captain Jack.
England may have removed Charles Vane from our number. There's too much of him in me for England to fully will him away. In his absence, with everything that's at stake, I will be our Charles Vane.
I will not go into battle alongside undisciplined conscripts. The force I bring to bear is sufficient to combat whatever awaits us.
Jesus, he wants the force you bring to bear. He wants it. I know this enemy, Commodore. I know his mind. He took that cash with the express purpose of compelling us to commit your force to a battlefield of his choosing. Your force is factored into his thinking. He has planned for it. And I assure you, if you allow him to dictate the terms of battle, you court a disastrous outcome. If he expects your force, then we must send that which he does not expect. For we will have victory against this enemy. There simply is no alternative.
Compare this to season 1. Compare where we are.
Just returned from around the point. Word is spreading throughout the Bahamas.
Oh.
Hanged a pirate in his square. Made an example of him, they say.
He's
to
coming
show
to
that
us.
he
He's coming
is
to
the
us.
steward of law and order in the West Indies. He is resolved to be the Englishman who ends piracy in the New World. The pirate he hanged in the square, to underscore his point, was Charles Vane. What do you want to do about it?
What an episode. What a fucking episode.
No, this is
God.
like a master class of writing. This is
Literally.
like, I mean, all the episodes were,
No
but like
words.
this specifically, I don't know what everything was. Every fucking line, every word spoken.
No words, honestly.
I don't feel good.
Barely. How did we plan to watch it?
I don't know. I like literally, I don't have it in me.
Literally.
Like this took
Everything out of us, honestly.
like another one of this. I don't know if I can handle it.
God. Safe to say we're not gonna watch the last episode of
3 hours. 4 hours have passed since we watched this episode. What we have been doing from there, what we have been doing from then to now, couldn't tell you. We first just like spoke to each other about the episode, and then we ate,
and then
we did nothing.
drank
There
coffee,
was
and now it's time to actually talk to you guys
there was
about the episode.
no chance of watching 2 episodes after this. Another episode that I'm sure is gonna be like chaotic.
True.
After this, I cannot handle it. Like emotionally, mentally, I cannot handle it.
True.
And so this is it. 1 episode. Thought we were gonna finish the season today. No. And there is no universe in where we finish it today.
True. Definitely.
I mean, you were right. He did die in this episode.
He did that.
I thought it was gonna be impossible because, like I said, how is Woods Rogers gonna come to the conclusion that he should hang him? Woods Rogers had no sense.
Woods Rogers was unconscious.
Can we just take a minute to talk about the writing of the show?
Honestly,
that has always been like spectacular.
Yeah. Honestly, we just talked about it, and I don't see a fault. We talked about it, how this show does not have like the highest rating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it has 8.3 on IMDb, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Like it doesn't matter. Like the rating is not that important.
Doesn't say
like
anything.
doesn't say anything, you know. But like it's just shocking that like it doesn't have a 9. You know what I mean?
At least.
But
like how is
like
this...
I don't see a fucking fault in anything.
Like how is this show not as like
bigger
praised and regarded highly as like...
I mean, the thing is, I just don't think it was popular because, like, in my opinion, everyone who watched it think that this is the best show ever.
Okay.
Like, that's why we played it without a poll, because like there is no that many fans.
They will not.
But like
it has always lost.
Exactly, but those who are its fans are so fucking loud and appreciate it so fucking
because
much.
Like you have to convince people that like you don't understand the show that you're missing out on.
Yeah.
You do not understand. Yeah. I get it now. I'm gonna start commenting on other people that have not watched the Black Sails to be like, fucking watch it.
We already started that in our private lives.
In our like circle of friends. I am legitimate to have like an agenda, and none have played it yet. But like I'm gonna really start pushing. I'm gonna be so fucking annoying.
But like my one of my friends is gonna play it just when he finishes the show that he's watching right now.
I'm so happy for him.
In a month.
I'm so happy for him. This was
spectacular. This was
like again, every episode is written so beautifully, but like this episode, for some reason, every single dialogue in it was I kept getting shocked by like how good everything was.
I just completely agree. Like I this is definitely one of my favorite episodes of this show, and it had one of my favorite scenes in the show, and one of the best dialogues in the show.
Easily.
Like it is much more than I expected it to be, which is fascinating because again, I'm used to greatness. It's like I expected it's gonna be great.
Like the bar for this show is already high.
Yeah.
Like I expect a lot from it.
So when it surprises me.
Yeah.
With how good it was. It is.
No, I have no words. I really have no words.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I just like the story that this episode told is much better than what I thought is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, I don't know where to start talking about it. You know, like with what? Do we start with Eleanor and Vane scene? Because technically that's one of the first scenes of the episode.
Yeah.
But like it's so influential when we rarely start with commenting on like such a good and important scene.
Yeah.
You know? But like it is one of the first scenes in the episode.
Yeah. I mean like this whole episode was like very and clearly very important for Vane. But also very important for Eleanor. I think it was a great episode for both characters.
I think so as well.
I loved the storyline for both of these characters.
I agree. I loved everything for both the characters. I just want to say that, especially we are the ones who were very afraid of Eleanor for Eleanor's character.
Yeah.
And this is everything that I wanted to happen for her.
Which like, what is this behavior? It seems maybe backwards that the episode where Eleanor kills basically the character that I love so much that I feel like more satisfied, because like this to me, this is her character, this makes sense to me. I mean, and this is about her and her revenge, and it is not about like Woods fucking Rogers, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, we have always talked about that. I feel like since season 1, since everything that has happened with them, we has always talked that like they should be each other's endings. No, like it doesn't matter in which way, like if their story is gonna end tragically with death, or tragically that they are all alone without anybody in the world, or why are you laughing? Because of the blender.
My sister's
See how I'm pretending I don't hear it?
No, but like your voice started going up. She's making lunch and she's blending things, cashew nuts, and she's not stopping. And we stop in the middle of the sentence when they hear the blender and you did not stop.
I didn't hear that. I was concentrating.
And you were just sitting there, but you were like, and so he and they wanted to...
But that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
That, like, no matter if it's what type of ending, it's gonna be because of each other.
I think that is very poetic.
But the thing, I don't know how to talk about it because I have so many thoughts that I want to say, you know?
I can't put it into words. That's why we have made a break for 4 hours. Because like when it's these types of episodes, I feel like so strongly about. I don't know how to like.
Yeah, because I have so many emotions about what happened between them, and for every conversation that happened in between them in this episode, and the fact that she's the one who killed him.
Oh. It's incredibly. It's not funny, but like. I didn't expect like their dynamic and like relationship to have such an impact on me through the show. That like some of their scenes are like really some of my favorite scenes of the show, just because like I feel a lot of weight to it, like for their own relationship, but like for them as individual characters. I feel like there's a lot of weight.
Very important. For each other's development, in my opinion, and I could definitely say they definitely didn't expect to enjoy their scenes so much. Like I remember I stopped this show because in some ways of their scenes, you know what I mean, like because like that Max ended up on the wrong side or that part of the story because of them in some way, you know?
Yeah.
And now for their scenes to be one of my absolute favorites of the show.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. The story by itself, like, and the it's also fascinating how much I understand both of them.
Oh, completely.
You know?
Completely.
Like,
I mean, for one, I think everyone understands Vane as I'm certain like a very loved character and I adore him. He is one of my favorites. I am certain that Eleanor is possibly not getting a very warm reception after this episode. But like I adore her storyline. It makes sense to me fully how she was brought to this point and why she did what she did. And like again, it made me feel at ease with her character because like in the past however many episodes, like the thing we talked about this like extensively, it concerned me that like her storyline is not gonna be about her and like her emotions, because like it seemed to revolve around Woods Rogers and like that he is the character that's like making shots and like she is just standing there like playing the right hand to him. And like I thought that was such a disservice to her character because like I did not know what was happening inside her mind and what she wants. But like with the appearance of Vane, just like everything with her character clicked there for me, with her need of revenge and her being all consumed by it, just because like Vane has killed her father. Like Vane has killed her father, and like because he has killed her father, he has taken away the one thing, the most important thing that she wanted from her life, that she has felt throughout her life. Like all that she was in defiance to her father, and like because she was abandoned by her father, she wanted to prove something. And like when she thought she was getting it, he took that away from her. Like the core of who she was, he took it away. And again, I think she is a very deeply flawed individual. But like just like everyone in the show. Like, I mean, what? Fucking Flint, my favorite boy. Are we gonna compare his wrongdoings to her wrongdoings? I think she's like, we can say she's a saint in comparison to all the things.
I don't know. I don't see his wrongdoings.
What about wrongdoings? He had his reasons.
He has such a nice talk
Yeah.
in this episode with
Yeah,
John.
but just like, you know,
He cares about everybody.
he is a saint. All of our characters have like done things for personal reasons and like personal vendettas, and like hers was strong enough for me to like, for it to make sense for me. And so like it doesn't really matter that she right now has killed one of my favorite characters, because like first it makes sense for her character, and second I think like it makes sense with their relationship and connection for it to have gone the way that it did. But also just like the way that Vane has died, I really enjoy it. It gave so much respect to him as a character, because he kind of went on his own.
Yeah.
And so like everything, the way that it happened, I think like it couldn't have been done perfectly, and so I can't be mad at anyone here. I can't be.
Yeah. I think I mean, first what I wanted to say is that she's also one of my favorite characters, and I think her story is one of the best written ones. I mean, I think I say that about every single character in the show, so like
there's too many good stories.
Yeah. And I completely, we talked many times how her whole purpose in life was connected to her father.
Yeah.
And how he took it away from her.
Yeah.
And that's why I just think it's completely understandable with why we ended up, I mean, I thought she would do it, you know, with why we ended up where we did. But like, and I loved everything that he told her in first scene, and I love the whole conversation in the first scene. Like, I think that is also one of my favorite scenes in the whole show. But just
they like fucking open it up with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do you just do it like that?
But just in my opinion, I just feel so sad for him. I just feel so sad for him, because he, no matter. I understand why she did it. I understand how hurt she was.
Absolutely.
And how he took everything from her. But with amount that he loved her, and that he cared for her, and that even with everything that he told her, I feel like it was done from the heart. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
And I don't think he, even though like killing her father, yes, he was hurt and he wanted to hurt her as well. I just felt like he did not deserve it, even though I understand why she decided to kill him, why she did that.
Yeah.
But just like he loved her so much, and it's heartbreaking to me that like the last thing, even though it was his choice, he decided that for the bigger purpose, and a lot in the future is gonna happen because of his decision, you know.
I mean, his death is not gonna be in
vain. That's what
like, no pun intended, but like
Vane's death is not gonna be vain. But like exactly, I can say that like I don't feel like they killed him.
No,
you know, like
no.
we tried.
It doesn't feel like they got that win.
No, nothing feels like that it's by their hands. It feels like he's the one who chose it, but like she's also the one who put him there.
Yeah.
And it's to me heartbreaking that I saw that the last look he saw is her, person that he loved
like
so much, who broken his trust so many times, and at the end killed him.
I like everything that is like, it's so sad to me. Like he really loved her. Like even at points where we like did not feel the love that we feel towards Vane. Like, you know, the one thing that you could really always say about him is that he really cared about her. And I feel like even in those last moments, even with how much she has betrayed him or whatever, like he still feels that like love and pain, like the way that he was looking at her when she exited that cell. Like that pained me. Like I don't even think, you know, when he turned towards her, when he was gonna get hanged, I absolutely felt no anger stemming from him. I just really felt like there is some sadness over all of that. You know, it didn't feel like any type of anger that like now she's gonna kill him or anything like that. Like I think that's what made it so much more heartbreaking, how their whole relationship has sort of like transpired, because he really truly loved her honestly, and like she how do I explain this now? Like, I feel like she had too many demons and problems to be like capable of concentrating on anything except concentrating on what she wanted to achieve. Like, even now with Woods Rogers and everything, and like when she tells him that she loves him and whatnot, like, I don't think that is, at least that's how I perceive it, I don't think that is like, you know, actual love.
No.
Like, I think that there's such a warped image in her mind, and everything that she says contradicts the things that are true. Like, she is saying, oh, she is killing him, and it's like earnest, and like this is what should have been. Like, that's all bullshit, you know.
But I just want to say that, like, I completely agree with you. I don't think she is capable at any point of loving someone and letting them love her, because like the person that she wants to love her never loved her. Yeah. Like, disappeared from her life, left her. What? I agree. Yeah. So like she wasn't capable for something like that. Yeah. Like that we always talked about that is her priority, but like she couldn't have any other.
Yeah, you know? Like that's why I was like looking at Eleanor this episode. I'm like, I don't know if I said it aloud, but I thought in my head, like, she cannot help herself. No. Like, this is who she has been from the beginning. Like, this is who she has always been. Like, every step of her journey was dictated by her upbringing. And so, like,
even she said in the way you
yeah, we were talking about this, but like, I was like thinking when she was telling to Vane, and she was telling him such awful fucking words, because like he was a slave, and so like he didn't have like parents who raised him, or at least I don't know like at what point he was taken, or like was he born into this, no clue, but like he didn't have anyone, you know. I mean, and she told him that he is like broken, and because of the lack of motherly love, and like that he is damaged, there's something wrong with him. But like I really think that that's how she feels about herself. Yeah. That like there is something that is damaged and broken because inside of her, because she has lost her mother and her father never loved her. And so like again, Vane took that idea away from her, even though I don't think she even ever believed it. But like it was something that she could hold on to. She wanted desperately to hold on to.
Yeah, she was desperate to get it. Yeah. And like it was in her hands.
And she would have lied that like that is what.
Yeah, but like I don't think she truly believed, because
if she truly believed, she would not attack Vane in the way that she attacked him.
Exactly.
Like if she actually because like you know when your person is telling you everything that you do not want to tell yourself, and Vane knows it. Yeah. Vane knows that Eleanor does not want to hear that, and so when she was walking away, and at that point he decides to tell her that the last fucking thing that monster of her father that's supposed to love her tells to Vane is that he is gonna give Eleanor to him to give her life and spare his. Yeah. And like and Vane says that like that he loves her and like not the guy, and her father did not.
Yeah, no, I was shocked with how much smart sentences he said in that first conversation. Yeah. Honestly, because like I agreed with every single one of them. Like she looked, I'm gonna say pathetic, I don't know how to use another word, you know, with saying such a desperate things about like how she was this close to having everything from her father.
Yeah, that was fucking sad.
Like everything that she said, it was so sad and pathetic, honestly. And I was so sad to watch her. Yeah. But like I'm so happy that we got to that, honestly. And then he said that like her father is a fucking monster, that he never loved her. Yeah. You know, and then at the end, he told her that like what her father actually, how he was begging for his life and wanted to trade hers for his. Yeah. And I think for the rest of my life, I will hear that scream. Honestly, I just gut-wrenching. That was because like after you hear, because like we read so many comments on TV Time, and after you hear that scream, how is not understandable what she's about to do next?
I don't know.
Like that, like when you hear that scream, it makes like everything is breaking and tearing inside of her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And like the only course of action right now is gonna kill Vane. Because like that is the person, like he always said to her that he like knows her best.
Yeah.
And that like he knows what is happening in her mind, and like also, you know, by killing him, you like kill that. You kill someone that knew her that deeply.
Yeah.
To like not know how pathetic she was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kill that. Like I have no words for that whole fucking scene.
No words, honestly.
No, like that was...
I think we can continue now with Eleanor's character maybe, because like I think with Vane we can come later.
Yeah, again, like now I feel like at ease with like
definitely.
who Eleanor is.
Definitely.
And I feel at ease like
I love
understanding her actual relationship with Wood Rogers. I mean, I'm sure that like a lot of this is open to interpretation as to how you want to see it, you know?
But like even I told you that like hearing her say I love you, it doesn't sound honest. I'm not saying that she doesn't think she loves him. You know what I mean? Like she is not capable of giving more to somebody else.
No.
You know? She's not capable of that.
No, it seems like someone that wants to like
she's
to participate in the norm.
She didn't heal from anything with what she's been through, you know? I'm not gonna say she's too broken to, but like she cannot give love to anybody else, in my opinion.
I mean, like,
because she hasn't
it's not actual
worked through anything. She's stuck. Completely.
She cannot help herself.
No.
Like they're like I like there is no way out of this for her. And like I'm confident that she is also gonna die.
No, me too. Especially now that she's the one who killed Vane, and she's the reason that he is dead. Again, I love that, but like I also gonna love because he's gonna be the reason that she's gonna die, and that just makes perfect sense.
Like
honestly.
it's poetry.
Yeah, even either him or I mean that with her it's all connected, because like she killed him because he knew so much about her and how, like we said, pathetic she is and desperate, you know?
Yeah.
And with lack of love, she became this person who betrayed everybody.
Yeah, that can only function on... That's what the woman that works Madam something that like said.
Love that.
That like basically that the only way that she can function is by like kind of like getting people to hate her.
Yeah.
And being the enemy of them.
Yeah.
Like she is fundamentally broken human.
Yeah.
Like she really...
Exactly. So technically that is also can be the reason why she's gonna die. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
like,
she went over Woods Rogers, like all of this.
Over everything.
She can die in from many reasons, but it's all gonna tie back to like... I mean, it's all gonna tie back to like who she is as a person, because, and like this thing that she has also now done.
Yeah, because she has done that because of who she is and what she's been through.
I like this just... I feel at such ease. How can I explain that? Like, even though everything is horrible, I just feel at such ease with her character. Because like, I have loved her. Like, she finished season 2 as like one of my top favorite characters. Like, I had so much love for her. And like in season 3, I just like, I could not see her. I could not find her. Like, I couldn't make sense of some situations, like why they were happening the way they were happening. Like the Eleanor that we know, and like suddenly she's like, yes, I have betrayed all these people, but I'm not gonna betray you, and like I love him. Like, who the fuck is he? You know, like who the fuck is he to us? Who the fuck is he to you? Even though like, again, that is someone that like put some faith into in her, and so like I'm not saying that she does not care about him, you know, like that's not what I'm saying, but like she cannot like actually love him because of who she is.
Yes.
And because of how broken she is, and she cannot help herself. And that's how that like this is about to be her downfall.
Yes, and she crossed him. Yep. You know, and she went.
Yep.
He had full faith in her. He put all the power in her hands, and she took that power, and in this case used it against Vane
for her person.
because of her personal reasons. But she also got the power, and she's the Eleanor that we know. And I really loved how this episode ended with her talking to English, not guards, but soldiers, yeah, telling them that Hornigal should go with them, and because to attack Flint.
Who everyone's gonna go to attack Flint, because what Flint is expecting. Like, she's an incredibly smart person.
And I just loved the way that she talked in that moment, like taking actions in her own hands.
Yeah, taking power.
Power, exactly.
And like the shots go between her and Flint.
Yeah.
Back and forth, like both on the sand, preparing for a fight, and like she's talking about how she knows him, and like Flint is saying like what he is expecting, and like Eleanor says that she also knows what Flint is expecting and why they should send more, and that like they are making them come to them. You know?
She said Flint's plan.
Yeah.
She said completely Flint's plan, and I really think that's very interesting.
I mean, we're coming full circle to where we started in season 1, with them being on the same side and like being the only ones who understand each other in those moments. And now we have come here where we are on opposite sides. Everything, again, I could not have asked for a better written story than what you're giving me. And I can't wait to see what happens next with Eleanor.
Yeah.
Like,
I think even Max was shocked at the end.
Yeah.
Because like she had the conversation with Madame, where Madame basically told her that there is difference between her and Eleanor, and pointed out how Eleanor goes through life basically, and how she keeps that power. And at the end, I think even that opened a bit her eyes, especially when she saw what Eleanor did to Vane.
Yeah. Like, remember when Max told her, like, this place is sand, it cannot love you back.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that love that she wanted from her father, and like that made it incapable for her to like see and value the love that she was getting from other people, like Max, like Vane. Like, it did not, it could not fill the void.
No.
And it was not enough.
No. And she wasn't able to love them back.
It's so good.
I really cannot understand how can somebody just hate her completely without understanding her. You know what I mean?
No, I can't. Like, I like if you hate her, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. But if we're gonna say that, like, her reasonings are not just enough, then, like, what were Flint's? Like, when he killed, what was the name of Thomas's father?
Thomas's father, Alfred. Alfred?
Maybe. Alfred Hamilton, sure. Hamilton. Like, when he killed him, like, was his reasonings not just? Was it not justified? And, like, is it just because, we all hated Alfred and we all love Vane? Like, that's the difference. But, like, they did the kind of same thing. They both went in for revenge.
Yeah.
Sure, we can pick and choose what we justify, like, but, like, you cannot say objectively so that something does not make sense for this character. Of course, like, people can hate Eleanor because, like, she has killed my favorite character. I think that's fine.
I would say that.
I know.
If
like,
it was about that.
Like, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Like, whatever. I just like when people start doing mental gymnastics around the fact that, like, this is within Eleanor's character and it's understandable how she got to here.
Vane.
Exactly.
Especially
like,
with a
it
character
becomes a bit hypocritical to, like, not see reasons as to how we got here. Yeah. I'm not saying that you need to like her because of that.
No.
Like, I'm certain that there's a lot of people that hate Flint as well. You know?
I don't think a lot is...
No, like, when I say a lot.
Some.
Sure.
Few.
You know? But, like... like, there's so many things that, like... This show, at least, gives you so many characters who are like, how can you... It's very hypocritical to, like, judge one and not the other. True.
Especially because many of them, if not all,
you need to judge all of them.
Really
fucking
bad
all of them.
Things.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were even saying to Vane, like, the priest, like, in his conquest for whatever he's doing and freedom. Like so many mothers and fathers lost their sons, husbands, brothers, whatever, for like no reason whatsoever. Again, like Vane was no saint. Like Vane was, he is like, if we're gonna like put him on paper and say he is an awful person, as is Flint, as is John, as is Jack, as is like, if we're gonna go like that, every single fucking character there is awful if you want to paint them in that way, you know. But like, no, I think all characters here are very morally gray, and I think that is like, that is the best part of the show, and I think it's doing them a disservice to not view them in such a way.
And I think I love that that's what the show said as well many times with, let's say, when Jack said we are all villains here in us or something like that, you know. Show tells you how it is, but like show gives them enough backstory for you to completely understand how they got to the point and why are those the actions that they choose. I just think it's a perfect story, honestly.
It's stunning.
And I'm so happy that this is the road that Eleanor's character has taken.
I just want to say we've been talking about 40 minutes and the only thing that we have finished is Eleanor.
God, for me, Eleanor was a big part of
I
this.
agree, but I'm just like saying I need to start talking about Vane now.
Yeah, we will.
And like we've been talking 40 minutes about Eleanor. Vane. Well, we both told you. He dies.
Okay.
This is a character that died. I think we said in the season.
Yeah.
Maybe fucking even one. He is just the character that goes.
I loved it. I loved his death. I loved everything about it, honestly. And the thing I was most scared about before was that, like, I somehow couldn't see him get hanged. Somehow that was the service to his character. He was such a
figure.
Important figure to just die by
hanging.
Such a big pirate.
Yeah.
Fearful pirate.
Yeah.
But like now, after watching the way that he died and the way that it was his choice, he could have been saved. I truly believe that Billy was, and the rest of the guys were able to save him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was his choice.
Yeah.
And I love that. That makes me have peace. Be at peace with it, you know.
I just think, like, you know, the biggest difference also with, like, Vane and Eleanor is, like, that Eleanor, like, just, you know, she cannot, like, come to peace with how her life is and, like, the fact that her father did not love her and appreciate her and everything. And, like, with Vane, there's just this, let's say, calmness in who he is and what he has done. And, like, that was very clear in his scene talking with the priest. When the priest is telling him basically that, like, he should repent to God and to repent to him, and it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you basically just want me, like, you basically just want me to say this to you so that you would feel, how do I say this, like, not justified about my action, but like that you would feel like it's not up to the priest to get that from Vane. And he said, like, whatever I have to tell God, I'm gonna tell him when I see him, when I get there. But, and like, again, no saint. He is fucking no saint. And I think, like, in every scene when, like, someone starts, like, before their deaths and they, like, start talking to the priest, and it's about, like, you know, repent for all the wrong that you have done and everything, like, my mind just immediately, always and forever is gonna go to the place of, like, what type of life he has led. He was a slave as a child. You're gonna say, beg God for forgiveness. This was not your choice where you ended up. And so, like, you have grown up to be someone that is not a good person. You know, we're not gonna argue this right now, but, like, just like them saying, beg forgiveness to someone that, like, again, if we believe in God and if we believe that he's, like, omnipotent, that has created this and has, like, put such injustice into this world, like, who is Vane supposed to beg forgiveness from? And, like, he is at peace to who he is and what he has done and what price he pays for that.
Like, he was, I don't know how to say that, but, like, he was a slave.
Yeah.
And all he did through his life in some way fight for his freedom.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
now
he lived
to
life
beg
in such a
for
way.
God's forgiveness. I don't know how to explain that.
Like he's not gonna beg for anyone.
Exactly.
Like he is that free that there is no type of like.
Even that priest is not free.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say, but like it just.
I mean, he is not confined into any part of like civilization
because he was
civilization.
He was
yeah, he was.
He didn't have
again, that's why
free will.
Yeah, and so like again, that's why everything he has done and who he was like in that, for that sake. And of course, like we have always said that like his way of life and living and whatever was not like kind or whatever, but like it's what he has chosen to do to be free, like to exercise that freedom that he did not have when he was a kid. But like at the end of the day, like he was like Eleanor was telling him how like when she entered, now I can't go word by word what she said, but like that every time she said it, I felt like that's the opposite. Like she said that he's like a coward and that he only cares about himself, and like, you know, he is here because he went back because of an idea, because of something bigger, because of that fight for freedom for everyone. Like it's the complete opposite of like every single line Eleanor there said. I just thought like wrong. I
mean, she could only be talking about herself.
Yeah, and like she was really like none of those words were correct. I just think he was very resigned to dying when he like even told her that her father did not love her. Yeah, I think that was like that was an accepting of death. And when they brought him to the gallows, and like there was no part of me that thought he was about to be saved. Like Billy was there, he was trying to do something, and like I understood it. And maybe again, this would have given me this would have been like, you know, Game of Thrones when Arya is there and Ned Stark was there, because like I remember like watching that when I was like
he just wasn't
13,
like that. Yeah,
when I was like 13 and I'm like Ned is about to be hanged, I'm like I am there. I remember that so vividly. I'm chilling. I'm like, oh my god, this is about to be such a great scene, because like this 9-year-old is about to stop like so this is about to be great, you know what I mean? And like and like it's still one of the most shocking things, you know. I like that I could not have comprehended that, you know. And I feel like maybe it would have taken me off guard if I was not expecting it for so long.
But like it was done differently, in my opinion,
of
because
course.
Like it was so fast. But like, that is actually something that I imagined.
What?
I imagined it to be more similar done to that scene in Game of Thrones, to be done so fast and to be done quick, like all of a sudden, immediately, you know,
like to take you off guard.
Yeah, but like I even said that I think in the intro, how I think it's gonna end
fast,
but it didn't. Like it went so slowly. You can hear the people screaming, throwing things at him. You know, like it was
beautifully done, because like he is even he's being taken to his execution place, and like everything is quiet, and you hear the priest's voice who's talking about like in those moments what you're gonna feel, and that like even men that don't fear death at that point are gonna fear it. And like it was just done so well, and like everyone is screaming, everyone is so happy to see him getting hanged.
I was shocked because I couldn't understand how it's possible that these people are screaming. I don't know how to explain that. They lived next to him, you know. But again, we all know how he was. It's not easy. It's not hard to imagine for them to hate him because of the fear, some things that he has done. Yeah, you know, horrible things that he has done.
Yeah.
But again, they did live next to him.
Yeah.
And that is how they got their attention. He got their attention.
Yeah.
With what he said. He realized how he can influence them and how he can actually, his dad can actually serve some purpose in this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was so impactful.
Like the whole second where like Billy is gonna tell to the guys to like start.
But I think he said the speech before, right?
No.
Oh, after.
He said it after, because like Billy was looking at him and like he realized something in his eyes, and like again, I think viewers, you know what is about to happen. You know that like he does not want to be saved, because there's gonna be the fight for freedom is gonna be bigger if he dies. Yeah, and he's gonna absolutely die for that.
Hanged in that way.
Yeah, and like
killed in that way.
He really, like the priest was telling how like when you come to it you're gonna fear death, but like I don't think he fucking feared anything.
No.
Like I think that he was at such peace, and then what a fucking scene.
We are not serving it.
No, there's no
justice. Like we are like doing it disservice actually.
Literally, I can't. But like
the way they're
this
speaking
is what
about
I mean.
it.
When it's these types of episodes, I don't think I have the capacity.
Like I could just scream.
I don't think
you know what I mean?
Literally my review. Oh,
literally that
is my review.
Literally,
what a moment! Like his speech, you can
everything
give that speech
said,
today.
Honestly,
like he said that like they are hanging him because like they are afraid not of him but of all of them.
Yeah.
Because again we come back to the same thing. What like these empires at that point, like England and Spain, and today every like all the powers that be, they have to convince you that you hold no power. They have to convince you, they have to take that away from you. They have to take your agency and your ability to believe that you can change things, that they are not inevitable, and they are not. And so like he is telling them that they are a few and we are a lot. Like there's so many more of us than there is them. Like again, the people that run things, that control things, there's so little of them, and everyone else like lives under their foot, and it doesn't have to be that way if they would want to fight for it.
I loved it. That is everything that I wanted to be put in their minds.
And like the fucking, there is no song, there is no sound,
nothing.
There's just the sound, I mean, of Vane dying.
Yeah, he just, and the fact is that he walked. He is the one who walked and like, let himself die, basically.
It's in those small fucking details.
It's such a small detail, but it matters so much in my opinion.
Until the very fucking end, really no one owned him anymore.
Yeah.
No one fucking owned him.
Yeah.
Even in his death.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like they won. Nothing.
They didn't.
No.
You know, and that is when Billy allowed the guys to.
Like Billy is very, again, I adore him.
I love he had tears in his eyes when he looked at Charles, because he realized what he is trying to do and what he's trying to accomplish and how important it can be for the future, you know.
I can't, because all of them have that one same enemy.
Yeah.
You know, which is like England, Spain, anyone else.
They are not each other's
they
enemies.
They have suffered so much because of it. You know, Billy knew to give it some time for people to see Vane die in such a way.
And you see completely the opposite of what you saw in the beginning when they screamed, when they cheered, because like, oh my god, he's such an evil, you know?
Yeah, you can feel everyone getting...
Everybody's crying. It's just like so quiet. Everyone's
getting angry,
shocked with what is happening and how one of them is dying, being killed.
Yeah, and like being killed in such a way.
Yeah.
Here, and you know, then Billy sends people to like to
make
it faster.
You know,
to just like to finish it. And I really just think like Vane died the way he lived. They have really given honor to his character, and that's all I ever want. When any character that dies, however much my heart is gonna break, as long as they die in such a manner, you cannot even be. I mean, you can be sad, but like
I think it makes their character arc better.
Yeah, I think if Flint dies, it's gonna be better.
No, not because I wouldn't survive him dying. but because it does not
There's no point to it.
make sense with the story.
Yeah.
If they kill him, I hope they're gonna make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just, right now, I don't see what purpose that would serve.
Yeah.
You know, with Vane dying, it just makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Like you said, he died the way that he lived, and he died fighting for everybody's freedom. I don't know. I just think they did a service. They did an honor to his character. I think this is a perfect finish for his character.
I agree.
And I think, I don't know how Eleanor is gonna die, but like, I think it's gonna be quite the opposite.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
of
sad.
Vane, you know.
Not sad. It's gonna be.
She's gonna die like she lived.
I don't know. I don't know what other word to use other than pathetic, because like pathetic holds like some connotation that like.
I don't mean that.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know I don't know other words. Like, I just think it's gonna be so sad in a different way, you know, because she had a different life, and there's different things that like she needs to, like, her character demands something different, you know, that is not gonna, you're not gonna be left with this feeling that you're left after Vane. And so, I mean, we're gonna see that. But
because part of me is happy with how it was done for Vane.
Absolutely.
Happy with what purpose it's gonna serve now for the story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think at some point I even smiled.
Yeah.
In many moments I smiled, you know. I was so proud watching him step off that thing, you know.
Yeah. And like right now you see everyone kind of coming together because of like kind of his sacrifice. Like the episode ended with them telling Blackbeard that they have hanged someone that he like considered the son.
Yeah.
And like Blackbeard is gonna come and he's gonna die with us, because I mean he's already a dying man, and like this is where he's about to make his last stand, I feel like. Because of Vane.
I think so as well.
And like everyone kind of carries Vane with him. Another one of my favorite scenes was like
Jack.
Yeah, in the beginning Jack and Anne were protecting the money, and like Flint was telling him like, you're afraid someone's gonna steal it, and he was like, yes, but it's not about like the money that it's stealing, but like this money right now holds Vane's sacrifice, holds Miranda's sacrifice, holds so many things, so many fucking hopes and dreams that have been taken away from us that we can still accomplish, is all in this fucking box. And then like afterwards he also said that he's gonna man the ship that Vane was supposed to be, that like he's gonna be their Charles Vane now, like that he has to like now fulfill that role, because Vane died also trying to save him. Like the echo of his death is gonna ring through.
But like when we talked, you also said something along the lines how it's also so good because he said that like he's gonna be their Charles Vane, and yet he's the one who always wanted to keep his name. I'm not saying that he's...
No, I mean, of course, he still like wants that legacy and everything, but just like that one line where he said, I'm gonna be our Charles Vane, for someone that like values his name so much
to be heard, to travel, you know. It was very good in my opinion as well.
No, like I love when deaths serve a purpose. I really love when that serve a purpose, and it's not about, let's be shocking, or like let's hurt you, or like let's do this, let's do that. Like it makes sense. It's done.
It was imperfect.
Like the best way you can do it.
I agree. We also had the story with John and our boyfriend.
That was all like again another scene when I'm like, their whole dialogue is going. I'm like thinking, what the fuck? How are they writing this?
Yeah.
Who is writing this? How are they writing it in such a way? And so like, when you write it in such a way, how is my dumbass like supposed to talk about it afterwards? Like using words like, oh my god, so good. Like it's
such a good story.
Like everything I say, I'm like, I sound too dumb for the show. Like I can't. Like the fucking speech, like the Flint and John, they just have this fucking understanding. And Flint understanding why John did the thing that he did in the previous episode was because, like, in a way he, again, it's the whole thing of like him enjoying the power and embracing that darkness, and like Flint can easily read him because Flint can understand it, and he is living in this darkness, and like but like the way that he told him, the guy must have looked at you in a certain way that kind of like, let's say, undermined your authority and expected you to after then clean up his mess. Like he didn't respect you enough, and that's why he didn't, and so you wanted to punish him for that, and like you are going to disguise that darkness that you feel by making it seem like it's something that you needed to do, when it's not something that you needed to do, it's something that you really wanted to do. And
I really love that, and I love that you also, I think, said something along the line that he's the one who needs to understand that darkness, and he's the one who needs to control that darkness,
not be controlled by it.
Because that is the problem.
That is such an interesting story for John.
Again,
that, like,
the one I didn't
where
expect.
are we gonna go?
I have no idea. We just talked about it, how with every character we can maybe pinpoint where their story would end and what is gonna be that last thing for them, you know. Where with John, I really have no idea.
I just think he's gonna find a way to balance things out, because like I feel like there's like two sides next to him. We have like Flint and we have Maddie.
I agree.
And I think the like existence of Maddie and everything that she already told him about darkness is the thing that's gonna keep him afloat, and not to the point where Flint is. And I'm really gonna love that. But like I love the storyline.
I think his story is gonna be open.
I'm
a
sure.
lot like I don't think it's gonna be. He's the character. Is he a character in he exists in the Treasure Island, right?
Does he?
I think that's what I think that's what I read. Somebody told us in the comment he exists in Treasure Island or something like that.
Would they have told us that? Because like then we would know that he does not die here, and like maybe we thought that he does die.
We don't know that. We don't know when the Treasure Island is happening.
I think it's after.
You think? Do you know?
Well, like
Maybe.
I don't think he went through a storyline, and then we like.
I think he is like important character. Maybe just like maybe his name. Somebody heard his name or something like that. I mean, I don't know, but like I think I read that in our comments. Honestly, I think I think I read that in our comments. It's like he exists.
Yes,
in Treasure Island.
I think he is, because like I think I said that he was a real pirate, and then people were like, he is not the one that was a real pirate. He just existed in Treasure Island as well.
Something like that. Yeah.
And real were like Blackbeard, Vane, Jack, and
that's it. I think.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about Vane, honestly.
Yeah, Vane was a real character.
But what I want to say is, like, I think potentially his story is gonna be left a bit open, because there is gonna be
like you can imagine
more
him
story
delving more into darkness if you want. But...
Yeah, we don't even know much about his backstory, in my opinion, and I'm not even sure that we're gonna find out.
I don't know. We have a whole season.
That's what I want to say. So maybe if we have that story open, like the previous story of his life, there is a big potential that we can have an open ending for his character, that he can go in many directions, that you're not exactly 100% sure.
Maybe, but like, let me just tell you which one I'm going to choose. If you give me an open ending, I'm going with the better one for me. Like, I don't think he is going to get consumed by darkness. Like, I really don't. I can't see that for him.
But I don't think Flint got consumed by darkness.
It's like, he did for a bit there. You know what I mean? Like right now, I feel like he is capable of, when this, however this like ends, I think he is capable of just like after, again, find a cabin in the woods and live.
That's what I want to say, because in my opinion, characters who are consumed by the darkness can't just get out of it. Mm-hmm. You know? I think there was always that part of him, that James McGill... part of him.
Yeah.
Miguel?
Oh, I thought you were making a joke.
James McGraw.
My name is James McGill.
Yeah. James McGraw, part of him that has never completely, in my eyes, died. you know.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna.
Or like he just learned how to control that darkness around him. Like he
He
is
did.
there, but like
Yeah.
he is just controlling it.
Yeah.
And it's not controlling him at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, maybe
Maybe
that's
got
like the better way
control
to
over
put
him
it.
at some points.
Yeah, but like now it's controlling him, but like he is in darkness. But when John said, "Is that a warning or a welcome?
Yeah,
Like, are you
yeah.
warning me not to let it
Yeah,
get there, or are
yeah.
you welcoming me into like your midst?"
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was so fucking
Yeah.
good. Like that really. I mean, I'm very excited for that story, and I'm very excited. I really love the relationship they
Me
have
too, me
now,
too, me
like
too.
that is on kind of level grounds.
I'm
You know,
very-
that like they
and-
can speak honestly to each other. He's like, "I didn't tell you. I don't know why I didn't tell you."
Yeah, but like
But, like, he
I'm
didn't tell him because I feel like maybe he knew that Flint is gonna read through him.
Yeah, Flint was new. Yeah, maybe. But like I love the story so far and their relationship so far. But like I can't wait to exactly see in what direction it's gonna go. Because was it a warning or was it a welcome? You know, because I do think Maddie could be the one who is gonna help him get away from the darkness.
Yeah.
What about Flint?
Flint's gonna have to figure his own way out.
I'm very no. What about Flint in regards of James?
You know, I mean, John.
John, yeah.
Again, I think Maddie's gonna win over Flint.
So you think like Flint that is a welcome there, then not a warning, you know?
I mean, technically a warning because I think he's gonna join him in the darkness.
Do
Again,
you think Flint wants him to join? That's my thing. No, me neither.
No, I don't think.
Nor do
no.
I think he's gonna pull him towards it. I'm not sure.
No, I
of
don't
that.
think he's gonna. That is not a. No, why would he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
He is
either.
like not. I mean, people next to
I mean,
him do get pulled by him involuntarily,
Yeah,
kind of. You know, it's because like his rage was all consuming. Like you kind of drown in it to understand him. I think again a big portion of it is gonna be played by Maddie, who I just love that girl. Like honestly, Mr. Scott's death. Like I was really sad that he died, but I was honestly so sad for Maddie that he died.
I was the most sad for Maddie, honestly. The saddest.
Yeah, because again, Mr. Scott, I think he was such a great character, like unexpectedly so there at the end. I mean, he was always such a good guy, and that's why I always liked him. But he had such a bigger storyline than we ever could have imagined.
Didn't even know about that.
Didn't even know.
I just think he served his purpose. His character served his purpose. He got, because of him, we got to meet these people. You know, we got to meet Maddie. Yeah. So yeah, I think I am fine with him dying.
Yeah.
I was just very sad for Maddie losing her father before she even knew him.
Yeah.
You know, that was heartbreaking to me that like she didn't have that father. She even talked to him before he died in that last scene of theirs, how she was in Nassau and how Eleanor Guthrie was there. And
it has to be so like sad to her to like be next to a person that kind of was a father to them. Like he was a father to Eleanor. Like that was the role that he filled there. Like he cared about her, and like he needed to be there so that he would help his whole family. And so like it's just very sad that like she didn't have it, and like there's a person that like had that in a way, and again maybe
had him in a way.
Yeah and like she didn't and she couldn't, and so like it has to be so fucking heartbreaking that like she never knew her father to that extent because of like such circumstances that were beyond their control, because like they were pushed into this.
Yeah, but like it was so emotional to me as well that she said how she understands that it's not that easy for him because they're entering that war, and
for him it's a civil war,
and for him it's a civil war, like because he has people and friends and on both sides of these islands, and he has a daughter on both sides of his islands, and how she understands that it's not that it's hard for him maybe, and that's when he said that like he only has one daughter.
Yeah.
And I really love that for her, honestly.
Yeah, because like again, that doesn't diminish that he has loved Eleanor in any way, but just like
her,
no one is questioning that. Yeah. It's just like to tell his daughter that like she was always his daughter. Like even when he was with Eleanor and
yeah.
like kind of being that father figure for her. Like she was always his daughter, and he never like lost sight of that, nor did he forget her.
Yeah.
Like again, what I adore about her is that like she is such a, I think sometimes like when people write especially I feel like strong female characters, like when they write them, they're gonna get lost in that wanting to portray them as like so tough that like even when the moments where they should be human, they don't act human, they just like act tough. And like, you know, when her father died, she just cried and hugged John.
Yeah.
She just wanted like that comfort and wanted to cry, and it like doesn't make her, it makes her more strong for me, that like she can manage to do all those things so well, that she is such a well-adjusted person in this world. Like that is truly a testament to her fucking parents. I mean, especially mother that was like there more, but like she is really a gem. Like I have never used that word. This is only this is not, I'm trying,
what about gem?
like the show's put like throwing too many words at me, like I'm even gonna use gem. I just really adore characters that can like find the balance between both, and like are not confined into just like playing this strength and like not breaking down or whatever. Just like she is fully human, and she is so strong. And like she does not just like walk through life without questioning herself. Like she questions herself all the time, but like it does not bring her down. I think she's really incredible, and like I really want more of her in season 4, and I really want to see more of her relation with John, because like I really enjoy their dynamic, and I think they can be really good for each other.
I agree.
I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be happening in the next episode.
I mean, are they coming?
Like, I'm like, can't fucking be worse than this.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have story on the island and on Nassau as well.
And they are coming, I think, and he's gonna wake up. When he wakes up.
Yeah. I think.
Woods Rogers gonna wake up to.
People are gonna. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen on the street and how people are gonna react, and what is the aftermath of what Eleanor just did. I really can't wait to see all of that. I think it's gonna be phenomenal.
I think it's gonna be so good.
And we'll love that for another time.
we haven't talked for enough.
Yes.
Like, we need to stop now.
I agree.
I have used the word gem. I think it's time to fucking stop. I sound like a grandma.
What a gem.
What a lovely
lady. This show is such a gem. Let me just tell you that. I can't wait to see what this gem is going to bring us. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.